Hey, welcome back to class. Let's go ahead and get started with our review, just like we always do. We're gonna begin with our upward strikes. So, upward strike, number 1. Make sure the butt of the chuck still facing forward. Don't raise it all the way up here. Gone over this a few times. You should probably know it by now, but we all forget things, and that's okay. Try to reach out with each one of these. And upward strike number 2. Have that spin right at that solar plexus level. The spin should go right up that center line. And upward strike number 3. Bring it up, hold it up here. Drop the tip down as we point it to the front. That should expose this bottom part here, and I can go for that next one. Raise it up, notice the tip is higher than my hand, and then as I drop it down so it's level with my hand, and then bring it in, it exposes that. Trying to go right up that center line as I do this. Straight up the center. Try not to go too much at an angle, like that. As upwards as you can. Okay, now we're gonna do upward number 4. So this one goes out at that 45. We're gonna roll at the wrist and then up. Try to make sure these are different from your second upward strike. We're rolling at the wrist and not at the tip of the chuck. Up from shoulder to hip and loop it back around and come right up that center line after you loop it. And upward strike number 5, bring it up and out at that 45-degree angle, loop it around and up at the other 45, making this big figure 8 here. And now let's go for our downward strikes. Downward strike number 1, go right through that center line. Make sure you're reaching out and then try to catch it so that the chuck is horizontal. Let it fall into your hand as much as possible. All right, so I don't want you to go searching for it, reaching back. Just stick your hand here at your shoulder height and try to let it fall into that hand. And downward strike number 2, add that outside spin. Remember the spin as it's coming down should go right through that center line. Now we're going to go for downward number 3. So downward number 3, we're going to step out of the way, strike down, and let it fall over that shoulder. All right, try to let it fall into your hand, but if the hand's not there, ideally it's landing on that shoulder, just like that. Step, step. So we want to step back before the actual catch happens. Reaching out and back. The reason why is if I stay here too long, I might hit myself in the head like that. So I want to go here and then here, and that allows where it would have hit my head moved back out of the spot and it lands onto that shoulder. And number 4, now we're gonna add that spin. When we're at that solar plexus level, that's when we're adding the spin. So right at the center of the chest here, and right up. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is sideways strike, number 1. So this is our over, under, and we have our upward 3 to reset. Try to have that upward 3 still going pretty straight upwards, not sideways like that. Side. All right, now we're gonna do sideways strike number 2. So this is our under over, catch it, bring it up and around the head, and then throw it again. Catch, around the head. Make sure that we're going at a pretty horizontal line. We have a slight angle downwards, but it's not going to be this 45-degree angle downwards, right? And we're going to go just barely angled downwards, and the angle should look like that, not like this. So, sideways 2, bring it around. All right, and now we're gonna go for sideways number 3. So sideways 3 is our around the neck, just like this. The hand that is receiving it is on top, and then we're gonna drop it down and upwards 3. And this is a really easy one to wanna do a strike like this instead of a 3, right? Makes it easy. I still want you to drop that hand down to do that upward 3 strike. Just like that. Well, not just like that. Catch it on your arm. But upwards like that. Okay, and let's practice it. Make sure the string wraps around your neck. You don't want to give it too much space behind your neck. And now let's do variation strike number 1. So variation strike 1 is a downward strike, followed by a sideways 1, and then that up 3 is the reset. Down, side, up. Make sure you're stopping that downward strike at that solar plexus level and then looping it around. But don't make this giant loop, right? I want the tip to stop in that center, and then we have this small little loop. Throw it around. Right? The momentum should carry it around, so it shouldn't look like we stop it and then go. Right? The momentum will carry that bottom chunk. And let's do variation strike number 2. Down, under, over, and around. Down, under, over, around. And now let's go and do variation strike number 3. So this is down, and then around the neck, up, down, around the neck, up. All right, so from here, let's go and do our forward strike number 1. Let's do 5, 3, 4, 5. Put it on top, and let's do forward strike number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to the other side. Forward 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's do 5 more on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now we're gonna do random callouts. So I'm just gonna say something and I want you to do it. Downward number 2. Sideways 2. That was 1. Forward 2. Other side. Downward 2. Variation 2. Upward 4. And downward 4. Downward 3. Downward 1. Up 5. Side 1. Variation 3. Forward 1. Other side. And upward 3. And time. Go ahead and take a breath. Breathe in and out. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do sideways number 4. So sideways number 4 looks like this. Good. So with sideways 4, let's just go ahead and let's start with this behind our back, just like this. All right. We're going to reach over and bring it to the same side. So if I'm holding the chuck that I'm going to strike with in my right hand, it's on my left side. My left hand is behind my back, holding onto it. I go underneath that elbow, and then I'm going to go straight to the side. It might go slightly up, but it's mostly sideways with this. And I'm going to reach out and back. And then I have to loosen my grip a little bit on the striking side at the end, and then I want to catch it with that backhand. And the backhand stays still, right? It doesn't really do anything. I have a loose grip at this point. Right? You can see how these fingers can move, and I bring it around, and I catch it, and bring this over, and again, just like this. So this doesn't always have to be holding it, right? I could have just done something here, and that would still be a sideways strike number 4, right? Because I'm still going to that same place, I'm still catching it here. So maybe I was here, boom, and I hit that. that can still be a sideways 4. But we're just gonna practice it in this repeating manner. Raise it over and across. Now let's go ahead and let's do 20 of these. Ready? Bring it over, just underneath that elbow, strike sideways, catch it behind. That's 1, 2, 3. If you miss it, just shoot it out again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, with that hand still back here, I want you to grab your elbow and I want you to pull it forward just a little bit and stretch that shoulder some. So for me, just holding in that position can be a little tight sometimes. So if your shoulder, and I have flexible shoulders, right? I do. So if your shoulders are not as flexible, this might be a little difficult and you might need to stretch out. So a good stretch can be just putting this here, grabbing it, and pulling it in towards that front, and you'll feel this stretch right back here. Right, you can move it around, I can lift the chest up, right? Just kind of holding it back there, I can get a little bit of stretch. So if you need to warm up and stretch your shoulders for this, that's fine, go ahead and do so. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the other side, right? So we're gonna start here, bring it across, and strike. And we're gonna do 20 of these. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that one was bad, so I'm gonna do another one, 21. All right, cool. Take a breath in. If you need to stretch that other shoulder out, go for it, however you need to. And you can grab it, pull it. This is my really tight shoulder, which is weird because I separated this shoulder, not this one, but you know, this is the tight one. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do combinations. So the first combination that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a side 1 to a side 4, upward 2, downward 1. So you can try to figure this one out on your own, but it might help if I just show you because we're going one to the other and not actually finishing it. So side 1 is our over under. And now instead of raising this up and going for our upward 3 for our reset, we're going to throw from here to here, right? And that's gonna be our side 4. And then we're gonna go for a up 2 and a down 1. So notice as I go for that up 2, because my hand was behind my back, I kind of point and I can do that same stepping motion as when I do our downward 3 and 4, where I step off to that side to point this here for that. And then I catch it here, and then we've got our downward number 1. Okay, ready? Begin. So sideways 1, catch it here, let go of it. Side 4, catch behind the back, point, upward 2, ideally with a catch, and downward 1. Side 1, side 4, up 2, down 1. Side 1, 4, 2, 1. Side 1, side 4, upward 2, down, upward 2, catch here, and down 1. side 1, side 4, up 2, down 1. Side 1, side 4, up 2, down 1. Keep it going. Side 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2. Oh, that was going to be 2. 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. 1. That was a 2. 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. All right, if you can, try to start picking up the pace a little bit. If you feel comfortable with it. If you don't feel comfortable with it, then go whatever pace you can. And then I messed up the very first one, all right? 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. Now, I don't always have to step with that. After you get enough control of it, you'll be able to, from the back, loop it around and still have that strike going towards the front. It just makes it a little bit easier to orientate it towards the front if you're not used to being able to loop and change that direction. Right? It might come out and be like that and a little off. So that's one of the reasons why stepping forward makes it a little bit easier, but if you feel like you can just loop it around and go for that and downward. Side 1, 4, 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 2. Keep it going. And just a few more. 1, better 4, 4, 2, 1, 1, 4, 2, 1. And time. Take a breath in and out. Okay, so the next one that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a sideways 4. We're gonna bring it. We're bringing this one over? No, we're not gonna bring it over. We're gonna go sideways 4, and then from here, we're gonna step forward, downward 4, and then we bring it over. Side 4, down 4. So it's only 2 strikes. After our down 4, we bring it over to set up for our side 4, and then from here, step, down 4, bring over to set up for side, side 4, up to the top of the shoulder, step, down 4. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll go starting off slow and then pick up speed as we feel comfortable. And begin. So I'm already here, so let's just go with the down 4, side 4, down 4, side 4, down 4, side, down, side, down, side 4, down 4. So I'm actually kind of stepping forward with that first side 4 and then throwing the down 4 while I'm still there. That's fine too. Just play around with it. See what works for you. Side, down. more of these. Side, down. Side, that was extra. Side, down. Keep wanting to do that. Something different. And time. Take a breath in and out. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do speed strikes. Now, with this one, we're gonna try for 60 and 60. We might not make it, and I'm saying we as in you and me. So if we don't make it for 60, that's fine, right? It's a goal, it's something that we're trying to achieve. It's not gonna be the easiest goal. So, you know, we'll see how it turns out for us. We'll see what we can get, and then we work on improving from there. If we can't get 60 at the beginning, oh well. It's too easy of a goal then if we could reach it at the beginning, first try every time, right? All right, so we are going to do variation strike number 1. And now this one is, it's basically 3 strikes all together, right? So it's a downward, it's a sideways, and it's an up. And doing 3 strikes within 1 second to be able to do 60 and 60 is a little difficult, right? So as they get more complicated like this, it becomes more and more difficult to be able to meet that 1 per second mark. So let's give it a shot though and see what we can do. So I'm not gonna count my first time, I will count my second time. We are going to do 2 sets. Ready? Set and begin. Still trying to make that 3 mostly upwards. Don't go too sideways. I know we want to speed it up some because it's a speed strike, but let's still try to have good technique. I understand a little bit of technique goes out the window whenever we're going really fast, but ideally we can go fast and still have good technique. About 30 seconds left, keep going. That sideways strike is still sideways, it's not at a massive angle, and time. All right. Shake your shoulders out, shake your arms out, whatever you need to do. Get ready for our next set. Give you a few seconds rest, because I know you're just going super fast, and it can be exhausting to go really fast for 1 minute straight. I understand, I know. Shake them out, do what you gotta do. Stretch it, go ahead. All right, and let's get ready for our next set. I will be counting on this one. Hold my fingers up a little. Mark, get set, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 41. All right. Not easy. What'd you get? Did you beat me? Did you beat 30? I want to know what you got. All right, so remember that, write it down. I'm gonna have you comment it Once we're done with our gripping, so you can comment those together, or you can comment it now and edit it. I don't really care. Take a breath. I'm gonna get my timer ready for our next session, okay? Move your arms around. The next thing is our gripping, right? This is one that we're really working on trying to get that speed up. The reason I have you do it every single class, because it can be hard, but also has a lot of benefit. Sometimes just doing these strikes, they benefit these strikes, but gripping kind of benefits everything. I guess they all kind of do because we're still practicing that catch, but just being able to catch it really quick, that allows us to have a more consistent catch on really all of our strikes, right? There's a reason this is a really good drill. Okay, goal is to beat 40. If you can beat 40, try to beat 50. If you can beat 50, try to beat 60. If you can beat 60, try to beat me, which is just a few over 60 usually. All right, ready? I'm not gonna count from my first one. Mark, get set, and begin. Keep it going. Oh no, dropped it. You gotta pick it up and keep going. Remember, don't give up just because you dropped it. It means you gotta try to pick up that pace. You gotta go a little bit faster. Time. Shake your arms out. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Need to get a stretch in. A few neck pops. All right, that's nice. You ready? Almost. A few more seconds? Okay. Give you a few more seconds. Okay, mark. Get set. Get in your gripping stance and begin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 1, 2. All right, I got 65 that time. What'd you get? Higher than me? Nice, love it. All right, shake it out. Got one more set of this. Move around. Whatever you need to do. It's only 20 degrees outside, right? It's not that cold. I don't need to stay warm and stay moving. All right, last set. And mark. Get set. Go. That was a great start. Oh no, I dropped it again. It's okay. Time. Catch your breath. All right. The last thing that we're gonna do freestyle, right? So we're starting to add this in every time. I just want you to play around and I want you to move, right? Move your feet as you strike. If you have a bob or something that you can strike on, you're more than welcome to strike on that. Do whatever it is that you wanna do. Ready? Set, begin. Ideally, you take in a few steps. Doesn't have to be massive speed with this. I would like you to be moving around. A lot of the time when I'm doing freestyle, I do it nice, leisurely pace, just like this. Nothing too fast. Tosses in there if you'd like. You can just practice all your strikes. I would like the majority of this though to be the strikes that we've been learning. I don't mind though throwing in some freestyle, some tosses, whatever. We'll get to more of that later. But I do want you to really just be able to throw random strikes and be able to catch it very consistently. Right? That's kind of our prime goal, is just throw anything out and just keep it moving. Now at this point you probably realize that there's a few patterns or a few combinations of strikes that you like to do. Maybe you haven't even realized that you do it, but your body's already picked a few. Try to realize what they are, and it's okay to keep doing them, but also try to make sure that you vary up what you're doing instead of just doing the same few strikes every time. I want to just mix it up. Time. That's weird. My clock stopped it at 1 second, so I wonder if we went over time and I just accidentally stopped it and didn't realize it. But I looked at it and it said 1 second left on your 3-minute timer. So if we went over 3 minutes, no big deal. Just played around a little bit more. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to review the things that we went over in today's class. First thing we did was review. So we went over our upward 1 through 5, our downward 1 through 4, our side 1 through 3, our variation 1 through 3, and our forward strikes 1 and 2. Today we learned a new strike, which was our side strike number 4, just like this. After that, we put our strikes together in the combination. So we started off with a side strike 1. And then we let go of the top one. Instead of doing upward 3, we went to a sideways 4. And then from here, we brought it and did a upward number 2 with that back one, right? And then a downward 1. So a little bit faster. 1, side 4, up 2, down 1. And then we did another combination, and this combination was just a sideways 4. And then with the hand that struck the 4, we did a downward 4. After we caught the downward 4, we brought it up over our head and did another side 4, and then same hand strike for that downward 4, and then we continued doing that. After we did our combinations, we went to speed strikes. Today's speed strike was a pretty hard one. If you made the time, I would be super impressed with you, but it was our variation strike number 1, which is the down to the side and the up. So it's basically 3 strikes that we were trying to do within 1 second, making it a very difficult one, but we tried to get 60 in 60 seconds. And then after that, we went and did our gripping. We practiced doing that. And again, we did 3 sets, 30 seconds, with the goal of being above 40 grips. That was what we're trying to get. So after that, we did a little bit of freestyle, played around, whatever you wanted to do, just trying to continuously move with our feet and with our hands. Nothing in particular that I wanted you to practice other than continuously moving hands and feet at the same time. So hopefully you enjoyed today's class. If you did, let me know, like, subscribe. Don't forget to comment your scores. What did you get for your speed strikes, and what did you get for your gripping today? And other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next class.